Hey, what's going on, guys? So I came across this article and I haven't seen too many people talking about it. Ubisoft games are crashing on PCs with the Windows 11 24H2 update. So let's go ahead and get into this. So it says if you have any of these games installed, hold off on installing Windows 11 24H2 until a fix is rolled out, and it's got a list of games here. So scrolling down here a bit, let's see. So it says Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Origins, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and Star Wars Outlaws of all games. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go back up here. So it says Microsoft has discovered that certain Ubisoft games are crashing after users installed a Windows 24H2 update. Affected games include the list I just went off on. After the major fall 2024 update is installed, these games either crash immediately upon launching, freeze shortly afterwards, or have audio problems. In some cases, a black square appears after a few minutes. Users have brought this up in various places like on Reddit and the Microsoft forums. One affected user wrote, "Recently I have updated to the 24H2 version, tried playing Star Wars Outlaws, and it was unplayable. Before the update, no issues playing with ultra settings. After 24H2 update, loading the game was awful, as if I had a PC from the 1990s. Ouch." Massive stuttering and long loading. I decided to roll back to 23H2. Now everything back to normal. What could be the issue? You also ask, is anyone else experiencing the strange lag after the latest Windows update? I can only play for some minutes and then crash. I also crash when fast traveling in the abilities menu. Before the update, everything was running smooth. According to Bleeping Computer, Microsoft has confirmed the problems with certain Ubisoft games after upgrading to Windows 11 24H2. You can find the corresponding statement from Microsoft here, and there is a link there, which specifically mentions these games. In response, Microsoft has temporarily blocked automatic updating to Windows 11 24H2 on computers that have one or more of these games installed. Microsoft also strongly advises against manually installing Windows 11 24H2 on computers with these games. So basically, if you have any of these Ubisoft games installed, they are recommending you do not update your Windows. Now, my opinion on this is this could be from either side. Either Ubisoft is there's some coding in their games that's not meshing well with Windows, or this is a Microsoft problem and they did something to mess something up with certain games. Now, in my experience with Windows is I am constantly seeing where they'll release an update and then suddenly an application or a game just doesn't work correctly. So it's hard to say if this is an Ubisoft or a Microsoft problem, but this is just another perfect example of Ubisoft just can't seem to catch a break here, especially given the state that they're in right now. So it's either A, Ubisoft can't even code their games right, or Microsoft can't get their act together and get their Windows 11 stable. It's really hard to tell at this point. Now, me personally, I tend to flip-flop back and forth between Windows and Linux. I'm not here to shill Linux. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh, you got to go Linux. Linux is the best. I'm not here to do that. I prefer Linux for certain cases. I do try to game on Linux if I can help it. You do get a little bit more of a performance boost if you are using Linux. That being said, I've also noticed cases wherein Windows is the best route to go, especially when it comes to compatibility, because Linux is a little shaky when it does come to compatibility of games. Either way, this really does not look good for Ubisoft. This does not help them sell games at all, and whether you want to blame them or you want to blame Microsoft, that's up to you. But that's really all I have today for this video. As always, go ahead and like and subscribe if you like what you see, and then I will see you in the next video.